Thank God, an audience. Good of you to come. You weren't put off by all those idiots who said Marx is dead. Well, I am, and I am not. That's dialectics for you. You may wonder how I got here. Public transportation. I did not expect to come back here. I wanted to return to Soho. That's where I lived in London. But a bureaucratic mix-up. Here I am, occupy San Francisco. Well, I always wanted to visit San Francisco. Workers of the world, unite! I confess, I did not reckon with capitalism's ingeniousness in surviving. I did not imagine that there would be, drugs to keep the sick system alive, wars to keep the industries going, to make people crazed with patriotism so they would forget their misery. Religious fanatics promising the masses that Jesus will return. I know Jesus is not coming back. I was wrong in 1848, thinking capitalism was on its way out. My timing was a bit off, perhaps by 200 or 300 years. But it will be transformed. All the present systems will be transformed. People are not fools. I remember your President Lincoln saying, you can't fool all the people all the time. Their common sense, their instinct for decency and justice will bring them together. Now don't scoff. It has happened before, and it can happen again on a much larger scale. And when it does, the rulers of society, with all their wealth, with all their armies, will be helpless to prevent it. Their servants will refuse to serve. Their soldiers will disobey orders. Yes, capitalism has accomplished wonders, unsurpassed in history, miracles of technology and science, but is preparing its own death. Its voracious appetite for profit, more, is creating a world of turmoil. It turns everything, art, literature, music, beauty itself, into commodities to be bought and sold. It turns human beings into commodities, and not just the factory, but the physician, the scientist, the lawyer, the poet, the artist, all must sell themselves to survive. And what will happen when all these people realize that they are all workers, that they have a common enemy? They will join with others in order to fulfill themselves, and not just in their own country, because capitalism needs a world market. Its cry is free trade, because it needs to roam freely everywhere in the globe to make more profit. More. But in doing so, it creates unwittingly a world culture. People cross borders as never before in history. Ideas cross borders. Something new is bound to come of this. When I was in Paris with my wife Jenny in 1843, I was 25, and I wrote that in the new industrial system, people are estranged from their work because it is distasteful to them. They are estranged from nature as machines. Smoke, smells, noise invade their senses. Progress, it is called. They're estranged from others because everyone is set against everyone else, scrambling for survival. And, worst of all, they are estranged from their own selves, living lives that are not their own. Self-alienation, living as they do not really want to live, so that a good life is possible only in dreams, in fantasy. But it does not have to be. There is still a possibility of choice. Only a possibility, I grant. Nothing is certain. That is now clear. I was too damn certain. Now I know anything can happen. But people must get off their asses. Does that sound radical to you? Remember, to be radical is simply to grasp the root of a problem. And the root is us. I have a suggestion. I have boils. Pretend you have boils. Pretend that sitting on your ass gives you enormous pain. So you must stand up. You must move. You must act. Let's not speak anymore about capitalism, socialism. Let's just speak of using the incredible wealth of the earth for human beings, the whole of nature. Give people what they need: food, medicine, clean air, pure water, trees and grass, pleasant homes to live in, some hours of work, more hours of leisure. Don't ask who deserves it. Every human being deserves it. Well, it's time to go. I have a reputation as a troublemaker. In my case, protests worked. So they gave me a few hours to come back and speak my mind. No agitating, they said. Oh, no, that. That's what they said. Spread the word. Marx was back for a short while. Do you resent my coming back and irritating you? Do you? Well, look at it this way. It is the second coming. Christ couldn't make it, so Marx came.